So today I'm going to do a technology presentation for you ladies, and the name of the tool is Read and Write for Google Chrome. And it's very good because it helps support students when working with the text. And especially with the college and career readiness standards, the key ideas in the details, citing specific textual evidence, which I know we do in science and social studies a lot, and summarizing the key supporting details and the main ideas of a text, which we do a lot in language arts. And also with our vocabulary. I know Ms. Watts, you do a lot with the vocabulary. And after talking with Ms. Gaucher and listening to some of the parent concerns, I found this tool and I thought you all would find it the most useful. And you have to be logged into Google Chrome and your Google Drive. And you know you're logged in with your Google Drive in the top right hand corner. Just make sure it's your MPS. And this is a free website or free web tool for educators. Okay, so once you're in, I've downloaded the extension and it's right here. Can you see it? Mm-hmm. It says RW. That's the read write. Now it can read the Google Docs, it can read PDFs and the EPUBs. And you can highlight words in there, create vocabulary lists. It has a word and picture dictionary built into the system. So then when you're looking at some of the parents saying, hey, we're not getting the vocabulary terms, the students can actually make these in their small group centers and then download it to their flash drives and then take it home. So now we're not wasting the paper, and the students are accountable for those vocabulary terms. Okay, so if I click on, first I have an article. So it'll work with anything that's pre-printed on the web, or if you want to upload your own PDF, you can do that as well. And then if I click on the extension, it should pop up, and this is the toolbar. Now there are a lot of different things here. We're really only going to focus on the highlights, collecting the highlights. You can simplify, because once you're looking at the website in a whole, it can be a little overwhelming for some of the students. So we can actually simplify that down, and we can use it for vocabulary. So the first thing we're going to do is highlight. So if you're kind of reading through, the best way to avoid misunderstandings with parents is to have ongoing clear lines of communication from the beginning. These are your highlights, and there are 4 colors. So if I just go through and systematically decide to highlight, parents who are supportive, understanding, and a little less likely to jump to negative conclusions. So I keep moving through the document, and I see there are 5 points to address. Now I can pick a different color. Say I want to go with our highlight here. Begin the year by explaining how and when. I'm just going to randomly pick some. Post these times. I'm sorry, it's a little small. Never feel pressure to make important decisions. Let's reschedule. And then maybe I'll go down to the bottom and I'll pick 2 other colors. If you keep these communication ground rules in mind, parents will thank you, and your life as a classroom teacher will be much easier. All right. So now if you make a mistake, if the students are reading through their text and they make a mistake, they can clear their highlights off if they click this. But we want to go ahead and collect our highlights. So if I click collect highlights, you can sort by position or by color. And I'm going to go by, we'll go by color. These are the colors we want to collect. Maybe you gave them a specific color code and you only want yellow, green, and our pink down here. Then I'm going to click off of blue and click OK. It tells you it's collecting the highlights, and then it creates a whole separate Google Doc, and it gives you everything. So this is everything that we highlighted, we felt were important. These were the ones you wanted. This is yellow, green, and the pink, and then it actually cites it. So you know where the students got the information. You know they got it from scholastic.com. This is the title of the publication. It'll have their name and their information down at the bottom. If they're logged into yours as the educator to access that free extension, then you can just have them go down and then add their name down here. Down at the bottom. they can save this to their flash drive, and it's saved to your Google Drive. And then, if you go back to the page, and then you're looking through, there's your vocabulary link. This one is simplified. So if you're looking at the website and you're thinking, okay, it's a little bit too much for my kids, if you click simplify, it'll give you a condensed version. So it's taking out all the advertisements, all the pictures and all that, and it's just giving you the article. And then it'll cite it the same way. It'll collect your highlights. You can still highlight. You can do everything that you did with the web page. It's just simplified for the kids. And this will help a lot with our ACT Aspire to getting them used to reading the information on the computer screen. The second thing that is most useful is the vocabulary, this one right here. So if we click on vocabulary, it's going to create a new list. So this is like your Kim's model that I saw. That's why I said this would be really good for fourth grade. So if they could type the title, I'm just going to say parent communication vocabulary list. You could have them put the date on there. And so it's the same thing. Their word, the meaning, symbol, and the notes. So if I type in, and I'm just going with, I printed out a copy of this web page. So this is what I'm looking at here. And so I'm just going to type in a few of the vocabulary words just to give you all an example. Like I said, it creates this for you. All they'd have to do is go back and rename the document before they save it. So the first one, if I type in this understanding, and then you can adjust as needed. And then if you go over here, this is the dictionary. So I click on dictionary. It wants me to make it small word. Let's go down so we can get it to fit on the same. So now we have the definition, an understanding of something that is not correct. So if I highlight here, and then I drag it to the meaning, your students don't have to retype the definition. It's just a click and drag. Well, now all your kids are going to the same source for this particular definition. So then you can also go to your symbols, which is the picture dictionary. Misunderstanding. Click on one and then drag. It's just a click and drag. They don't have to copy, paste, and then you can have them type in whatever notes. I think on the Kim sheet it asks for like a memory clip. So then they can type these different things in. It also works with not just your regular, but even your math terms. What's one that y'all are studying?
Multiplication.
Shrunk that down. So the same thing. It can be highlighted. It doesn't have to be highlighted. Then I go to the dictionary. The act of producing offspring or multiplying by such production. We can go down because there are multiple. An arithmetic operation that is the inverse of division. That's the one you like. It even goes further. The product of two numbers is computed. You get examples. So I can pull this down. Go back to multiplication. Now, you do have to direct the students to go back to that term. Because if it's inside of another word, it's going to give you for that word. So if I click on picture, multiplication, and there's your picture clip. So this can go on for as many words as you have. And then the students can, once they're finished, download this to their flash drive, take this home, and now this is their study tool. They don't have to print it out on your computer. If you have those students that do lose things, you might want to save it also on your drive. But this is all, if they log in under your account, this would automatically be created under your information. And then all they would have to do is save it to their flash drive. And this is something that they can do at a small group center, or they can do it for morning work when they first come in, or before they leave. So at some point through the day, all the students would have the ability to sit down at a computer, read through the information, create their vocabulary chart. If you had an article for science or social studies that you wanted them to read inside evidence from, this is also something they can do. And even for homework. So now you created, maybe do the meanings in class, get the symbols at home. or give an example of each. So if we're looking at multiplication and they give you this symbol, they can give an answer on the note side. So this is a pretty easy tool to work with, and I thought it would be very beneficial to fourth grade because I know you all do a lot with the vocabulary and that citing specific evidence. And it is student friendly.
So is it just like a link we could share with them for them to go exactly to that? Like if I was thinking,
It's an extension. So they would have to have Google Chrome at home in order to access this.
Okay.
And this is free for teachers. Now, I wouldn't recommend giving them, of course, your teacher
Right.
login information. In the classroom, they could use it. But they do have a site where the students and parents can go in and log in and download the extension as well. There is a fee for that, but the educators get it for free.
I remember they asked about upgrades getting their own Google Chrome accounts. Is that still possible?
It is still possible. Now, something I did in the computer lab when I worked in the computer lab, I went online and actually got some Gmail accounts, and I had it per computer. And then I assigned them to the students. But actually getting the students a legit MPS type of thing is something that we can look into. So I think they do it for high school, though.
Yeah, they should already have, like if they have a student number, they should already have an MPS account.
So how would we do that?
Talk to David.
Okay.
What's the guy that came here? I can't think his name. The one
That did the Google training?
He said,
Coleman.
yeah, Coleman. Because that way, the Chrome extension will already be downloaded under their account, and then it won't be, I have to stop to log in, or my password being just given to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. Will we have laptops?
We do. This is actually one of the checked out laptops, so they are up and running, ready to check out.
How many can we check out at a time?
20.
Okay, great.
So that'd be the class set. So even if you took it to your classroom, you could use it in conjunction with the laptop that you have and the computers that you already have. So I know your class sizes are about 25.
Also, can we download Google Read and Write without any restrictions?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I was able to too.
Okay.
As long as you're logged in with your MPS identification, it'll give you that free extension.
Okay.
And then if you're not, it'll give you a trial. It's like a 30-day trial.
I'm trying to make sure I ask all the questions. Because I'm excited. One, I've used it before, but they've upgraded since I've used it. Can you add video and audio?
Yes, you can add video and audio. I didn't include that in this particular presentation just because right now we don't have those capabilities initially. And there is also a fluency component where they can actually read what they see on the screen and it'll email that document to you. And that's something you can share with the parents and that's something you can share with the students. But I'm working with Ms. Mann on actually trying to see how we can incorporate that into the actual checkout part for the laptops.
Because I know that they can, it'll read the document to them. But for those that need to, just say they're not good annotators, they can speak their notes.
Yes.
Okay.
We just have to have that capability. We do have headphones in the computer lab that allow for that, but we only have so many. So we don't have enough for a whole class set. So we're trying to see how we can incorporate that.
Okay.
All right. Well, if there are no further questions, that's all I have for you ladies.
thank you so
And,
much.
Thank you.